Hey, Colby, I think you forgot something.
Oh, what's that, Barry?
Yo, bling, bling. So, what's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Music.
I feel like everyone already knows what movie we're talking about just from that line. It was said so much when I was a kid.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, you could have been like, asked me something and been like, oh yeah, and you could put your weed in it.
Right? That's still pretty obscure, right? I mean, every people are like, did Cheech and Chong do a body switching video?
They might have. They did the Corsican Brothers, where they were connected by a curse, and so if you hurt one, it hurt the other one.
Oh, it's like Venom. Oh yeah, but welcome to the third week of Who's in My Body Month.
Snatched.
Right? And this is like a different, this is, I think, a little nice break from the first two that we did, because they were more like horror-ish oriented.
Right. And even though they were very different movies, they were based on that same story plot line.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this one is just, it's more like, I would call it more micro, as far as the body snatching is in. But before we introduce you to the movie, let's go with our first segment, movie trailer. What happens when Regina George in another multiverse, where she's a little bit nicer but still sort of a bitch, and she's friends with Anna Faris before she gets married to Chris Pratt, swiped the wrong... Chris Pratt? Period. She swipes the wrong thing from the mall because she's not as rich as she was in the original in the original Alphaverse. And she ends up waking up to the body of Rob Schneider. Let's find out in 2002's The Hot Chick. Oh, I wrote that too long running sentence. I forgot where the pause was.
No punctuation.
I mean, after you're 18 and you don't work corporate, you don't need punctuation.
I find myself like always having to go back like on an email or a text and like even capitalize things. I'm like, my name is like just all lowercase. I'm like, nothing. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Thank you, WordPerfect or
Word,
man, or
yeah,
whatever program.
I mean,
fixes those things for me.
Yeah, we're definitely getting dumber. There's too much autocorrect nowadays. Sometimes I'm like, how do I spell this? And then I just type it close enough on my phone. You're like, that's it right there.
I sometimes spell something so wrong that I'm just like, I got to think of a different word because autocorrect can't figure out what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we're probably like 50 years away from the Wall-E lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind.
We may be closer than 50 years.
Oh, man. But yeah, today we're talking about 2002's Hot Chick, starring Rob Schneider, Rachel McAdams, Anna Faris, Matthew Lawrence of past fames.
Yeah.
The Lawrence Empire used to be so strong in the 90s.
Right.
It was helmed by Joey Lawrence.
Right.
What was his catchphrase?
Whoa.
Yeah, there you go. That was his have mercy. Both used to have great hair. Now only one of them have great hair.
Yes.
John Stamos still has...
Because we did the movie with The Edge, Money Plane or something like that.
Oh, yeah. And
it had the Lawrence brothers in it, and only one of them is still attractive.
The middle one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's funny. I was like, man, because Joey Lawrence, man, bald as Mr. Clean. Andy Lawrence, which was the younger one, kind of reminds me of the Joel kid from Sixth Sense. Like his face got bigger, but his facial features stayed centered. And but Matthew Lawrence, still a solid looking guy.
Yeah.
I believe he just got divorced from his wife that was one of the main dancers on Dancing with the Stars. They're together for like a long time, I think. I think since like, hold on, let me look it up because I wanna be sure. You know, I don't wanna.
This is celebrity marriage time. Like 3 years is a long time. So
No, see, never mind. Not that long. You know, they got married at the wrong time, 2019, and then they had to go through quarantine together.
ooh, like
Yeah,
instant prison sentence.
Yeah, like if you weren't feeling trapped yet, let's speed this up in like by 2 years. You know, in another life, in another multiverse, the quarantine never happened. They made it to like 2025.
Yep.
And then that's when the marriage dissolves after they had a kid.
Right. Yeah.
Who knows if they have a kid right now? But yeah, so we really start this movie in a way flashback in 50 BC. It looks like about like one of those times, you know, Helen of Troy times.
Right. Doesn't say Egypt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like, you know, just to give everybody like a little nice look at what this thing is, right? What this time looks like, right?
Right. It's like a mummy flashback.
Oh yeah, exactly. There you go. With Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
I forgot who the main bad guy was in the first one. I was gonna be like, yeah, Brendan Fraser and
Billy
Lee.
Zane.
Was it Billy Zane?
It was.
No.
Yes.
He was the mummy.
He was the mummy.
No, he's not the mummy. Well, I gotta.
Is
sorry,
it
guys.
not him?
I got. We can't.
I might be wrong. For some reason, that's the.
No, it's Arnold the Vosloo.
You are totally right.
They're just
wrong.
both bald.
Right.
And sometimes Billy Zane got a tan, so he kind of looked like he could be Egyptian. Sorry to our Egyptian fans.
And to our Billy Zane fans.
Nah, they're like, we're used to it. Ever since Titanic, it's been all downhill. But yeah, and so apparently we get a really quick look at what this movie is going to be about, where a princess gets these these magical earring swapping earrings.
Right. And she's supposed to switch places with her slave,
Yeah.
so that she can avoid getting married to the tyrannical king.
Which I don't understand because, so like, okay, so this doesn't really matter, but like later on we find out that she was supposed to get both earrings to switch back to her original body.
Yes.
But I was like, but then technically you're still married.
Yeah.
I guess it would have just given her time to escape Egypt.
Right.
Maybe. But yeah, no, and so we flash forward, we're at a high school pep rally. Did you go to pep rallies? Oh, you had to because you were in sports.
But I was swimming, so
There's no pep rallies for swimmers?
Not really pep.
You know, born too early, you know, before Michael Phelps.
Right.
Like, just imagine cheerleaders at your swim meets. You there, awkward 16 in a Speedo.
Yeah. Not much clothing to hide behind.
The whole team putting socks, but then like it's dragging their time because of the extra weight. And then all of a sudden the race finishes and there's just like one tube sock floating on top of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing. Well, like wasn't there female swimmers there too?
There was.
And they be in bathing suits, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's pretty rough all around. But yeah, and so we get a really quick run through of like who our main characters are. We have Rachel McAdams playing playing Jessica. She's the captain of the cheer squad. One of the very first introductions of what we have of her is she tricks one of the larger girls.
Yeah.
To dress up as the rival school, and then everyone throws shit at her. Super embarrassing. Still not as bad.
It's one of those things where, like, it wouldn't have been embarrassing if she told her what the plan was. Because
Yeah.
you could hoop that up and just be like, I'm the rival team, you guys suck.
Yeah,
and then
that's
people
true.
throw stuff at you and then you run off and, all good. But she basically kind of just lies to her.
Yeah, she threw it to the wolves. Because she was like, she was like, why am I dressed like our rival team? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if they had planned it out. But yeah, and then we skip to them being in school or in class, and Farris and Rachel McAdams are like best friends. They have this little song that they do where like boys are icky.
It's the one where like every line should end in a bad word, but they kind of skip it, and then that word kind of leads into the next line of the.
Like
it's like the Austin Power thing where like the Dr. Evil is coming and like everybody's like, hey, look at the missile, it looks like a giant
hot dogs, get your hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. And class is going. Rachel McAdams is not as big of a bitch as she is in Mean Girls in this movie, but she still does pick on people. She picks on the goth chick, and the goth chick kind of justifies it because she's all like freaking whispering a spell about her. Like, I hope your boob gets bigger than the other boob. I hope you develop genital warts. Like, what the
dandruff.
I hope you have nothing but ingrown hair around your private parts. It's all bad, right? We find out that she has
The worst curses.
No, the worst curses I know is from the Chance the Rapper verse from Action Bronson, where he was just like, I hope you work at a TGI Fridays and you always working on Fridays and it's busy on a Friday. I hope your charger never work and your headphones too short. Like, it's like all these small little inconveniences. But yeah, we find out Rachel McAdams also has power over the rest of the school almost. She talks to the principal. She's like, hey, can we get a pass to go out practice more things? And she's like, the principal is a past tuba player, unpopular kid. She was like, I was in the underguard, lead tuba. and Rachel McAdams kind of knows what she's a sociopath, right?
Right. Yeah, she knows what to say
to get her way.
Yeah.
So they do get it. They go shopping, because when you're in high school and you're ditching and one of your friends has a car.
Right.
That's what you do.
And then she's cute and she's flirting with the guy at the Starbucks kind of place.
At the, what's it called? The Orange Julius.
And she's like, licks the whipped cream off of her straw. And he's all like, they're on the house.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It would probably work on me too when I was that age.
Yeah.
Like, she's licking the cream and then she's like putting the cream on her finger. It's all very sexually charged.
Yeah.
But they go shopping, but then one thing catches Rachel McAdams' eye, and it's this I don't know how to say it. It looks like an African, like, kind of store.
Like African antiques.
Yeah, which is a really weird. Kind of weird to have it in a mall.
There is one, okay, I don't know if it's there anymore. I remember there being a store like that in one of the malls here, and when it first opened up, I was like, we gotta go in there. Same kind of thing. I wasn't like, let's see if they've got earrings, but.
But yeah, like they're going to everything. We see Adam Sandler works at the store as this misrepresented reggae or Jamaican. I don't know. He's showing the girls things, and he's like, the best thing about it is that you could hide your weed in it.
Right. Everything he starts to tell them, like each like artifact, is like this super factual, interesting thing, and then he ends with, oh yeah, and the lid comes off, and you can hide your weed in there.
But we cut back to Rachel McAdams. Like, the person who owns this store, she's putting like, she's unboxing her inventory. But one of the things that she puts on the box pretty carelessly is supposedly these fucking earrings from 50 BC.
Right.
That thing you're not just casually putting it on the counter. You're like have a security team that
Right.
yeah.
It's the only unrealistic thing in this movie.
As a person who's worked in retail for a long time, you're definitely not doing that though, right? But Rachel McAdams, she sees it and she's like, oh my God, these are so gorgeous. Everyone's going to be so jealous of me. How much? And she's like, oh, sorry, that's not for sale. Those are real. I was like, oh, so you're saying everything else in this is fake?
Right.
No, but yeah, so she swipes them like a teenage girl does.
Well, it's only, it's the swipe con. She's like, I'm just going to switch these with the pair of earrings that have a price tag on them. And then if you're dumb enough to sell them to me, it's your fault.
Yeah, she should have checked it. What's in the box.
Yeah.
What's in the box? No, yeah. So they go to they go get gas when gas was still like $1.50 per gallon. Unfortunately, the gas attendant, he's being robbed by Rob Schneider. Super gross, dude. There's like only $18 in the register, so he's putting chips in his bag, and then he's eating cheese straight from the source.
I don't see a problem with that. And then he's like Pauly Shoring the smoothie or the icy right out of the machine.
Oh man! And then this must be like in Portland or something because you can't pump your own gas there,
right?
So they have like a little attendant thing that like when the car rolls over, the attendant has to run out.
But since he's tied up the attendant, since he's robbing the place,
it's Rob Schneider.
Yeah, when he walks out, they're like, "Attendant, get my gas."
And being a total bitch. They're playing pranks on him, but he ends up just doing the job anyway because he wants to not draw suspicion upon himself, right?
Yeah.
But what's it called? Rachel McAdams, she accidentally leaves one of the earrings on the floor, and she has one on. So I was like, oh, I don't know. I think I would have noticed, like, I still have this.
I think
earring.
she had both on and one fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? I think that was what was supposed to be.
Yeah, something like that, right?
But since he only got, once they drive away, since he only got $18 out of the register, he's like, oh, gold earring? Right. I guess that's
hopefully
my prize.
It's real.
Yeah.
Right, and so we get home, we find out that Rachel McAdams actually has a decent home life, Mm-hmm. She's kind of close with her brother who is probably, exploring himself. Not like that, like he was like wearing her makeup and putting her bra to his chest. Yeah. Yeah, not he wasn't masturbating. I was like, as soon as I said it, I was like, that sounds like he's masturbating. Day turns into night. We find out she's dating Matthew Lawrence, who is, I gotta say, Matthew Lawrence, classic 90s, like, boy next door look.
Definitely.
Good looking kid, like most of the roles I've ever seen him in, he's a nice dude. Not like nice creepy, but like actually nice. And they're dating. She sneaks out. She looks at her parents' thing. They're like both looking at separate magazines. This is 2002.
Right.
He's looking at a Playboy. She's looking at like Home and Furnishings. Sneaks down. They start making out. And he's all like, "Oh, when you kiss me there, my leg goes all tingly." That means a boner. He has a boner.
Boner.
But like it seems like Rachel McAdams is like she's not loosey goosey with her pussy,
right? Yeah, she's like, no, it's not that I'm a prude, but when we do it, it's got to be perfect, and I'm not just gonna go away with you and your family for the weekend and
on a ski trip.
On a ski trip,
sign me up. I'll snuggle you. Oh, that's the rhyme. It's loosey goosey with your coochie. There you go. But she calls Anna Farris after that. She's like, my life is so perfect. What a bitch.
Right. Yeah.
But she ends up waking up and she is in Rob Schneider's body.
Yeah.
Super gross. But Rob Schneider, throughout this entire movie, really kind of kills playing the teenage girl.
Right. And I mean,
in the early 2000s.
He does it in a way that's not super obnoxiously over the top, like
Yeah.
you could expect from Rob Schneider in a
Yeah.
movie like this.
Yeah. Well, like, to be fair, when I was watching this whole movie, Rob Schneider's Filipino, so he's just acting like one of my gay uncles. You know? Like, if you're Filipino, you definitely have at least like a family member that might be gay. Or like they haven't came out yet, but you're like, you're gay, dude. Like, it's okay. Don't worry about it, you know? One of the top actors or actresses in the Philippines, I don't know, one of the top, she's like an MC. She does like variety shows.
Okay.
And all that stuff, but I don't know if she's gay or like cross-dressing, or maybe she's like, transitioning. But see, that's how cool we are. And I think that's where Rob Schneider is really, really pulling in from this. He's like, you know, because his mom's in this movie. She was one of the judges for she's the one that spoke for the cheerleading competition.
Oh, okay.
That's his mom. Yeah, she's always in his movies or like in an Adam Sandler project.
Yeah,
Random Filipino lady.
I recognized, but I don't think I ever knew that was his mom.
Yeah. But yeah, and so a lot of this movie is funny, right? But it's really just her trying to realize that, like, in her eyes, her life is perfect,
Yeah.
but everything else kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, he wakes up, she's trying to get some good clothes, so she gets the clothes from her dad. And then the first person she thinks about contacting is Anna Farris.
Right.
Who's her best friend. And at first, Anna Farris is like, who the fuck are you?
Right, because she's doing a female voice, but it's a guy doing a female voice.
Yeah, it's the Filipino gay uncle. Like, voice. But then, like, you know, pretty quickly, Rachel McAdams or, like, you know, Jessica is able to convince her because she's like, remember when you came in the second grade and you had that funny accent because you're from Oklahoma?
And the two brown teeth.
Yeah, like, I was your only friend. Remember that? And then you gave me a bracelet and said that we'd be friends forever.
Yep.
And they were, you know, it's just so if you guys don't know, when you're growing up together with childhood friends, it's very easy to get lost in the sauce. Like, not be friends with friends you were friends with in third grade.
Right.
Super easy, right? So at least Rachel McAdams' character, even though she's a bitch, she's pretty loyal.
Yep.
Right? And slowly everyone, like, so a lot of this movie is going on with a lot of reoccurring jokes because, so Anna Faris is able to convince Jessica's mom that they're going to be spending time together, or no, that Jessica is going to be at the ski trip with Billy while she stays with Anna Faris. Anna Faris is like, oh, can I see it? Can I see your penis?
She's like, oh, no, you're so gross. Yeah. Oh, sorry. But can I see it?
Yeah. It's not every day your best friend just grows a penis. And then the next day we meet up with their friends at the mall, and they're kind of shitting on Jessica, like, because they know Jessica's like the queen bee.
Right.
You know, she's like, oh, is she going to make us wait like 4 hours again or whatever? And then Jessica comes out. She's like, I had my period. I hope you guys understand. And then we get the same joke. They wanted to see her penis. They're like, all right, now that everyone's seen my penis, can we move along? And so a lot of this movie is really just, it's a comedy, so it's not really, there's not really much intricacies to really talk about, right? We have Jessica also trying to mend her relationship with Matthew Lawrence.
Right.
Because when he comes back from this, so when he's at the ski trip, he gets a call.
I literally laughed out loud at that spot.
where Jessica in Rob Schneider's body's like, I should have just slept with you when I had the chance.
And he's like, Father McKinley?
That is peak humor. Because I think during that time, that's when like a lot of the accusations are coming out, right?
Right. Yep.
And I was like, man, what's it called? What a risk taker. And so constantly Jessica in Rob Schneider's body is hounding Matthew Lawrence.
Right.
It's so crazy.
And to try to be at the school, they fake a resume and he gets a job as the janitor.
Yeah. But the way that he does it is like, I'm trying to make it as a musician, ever since high school, me being lead tuba in my honor guard. She's like, oh my God, a kindred soul. So, before the background check clears, he's allowed to work at the school.
Right.
And then there's a lot of run-ins. We find out that Anna Faris has a boyfriend. It's that blonde, I don't know. He's like in a lot of like movies and a lot of these comedy, goofy movies.
He always reminds me of the guy who played in Princess Bride.
Yeah, but not as good looking.
But not as good looking.
Because that guy is handsome. Princess Bride, the main character, right?
Yeah.
I also didn't know that Mandy Patinkin was what's his face?
Yeah.
My name is
Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Because it's funny, like, when I found out that was Mandy Patinkin, I was like, oh my, that's the dude from Criminal Minds. What a head of hair he used to have. It's probably not even his real hair. But well, we get a couple scenes with them. They're like, yeah, Anna Faris, she was just a pit stop chick,
Right.
She's
my backup girl.
Yeah, you should just give it up on Jessica, man. She's not going to give it up to you. And Matthew Lawrence is like, no, like, she's like super special.
When I'm with her, she's the only person that when I'm with, my heart beats faster and slower at the same time.
Yeah.
And the janitor's just crying.
Who's Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
And at this point, Joey Lawrence doesn't want to get changed in the locker room because Rob Schneider, or Jessica's Rob Schneider, has been making so many advances.
Right.
That he's just like, no, I'm not gonna get naked.
Always waves to him when he's playing football practice.
Oh, it's super creepy, right? But then later that night, Matthew Lawrence actually sees Jessica Rob Schneider in Jessica's body.
Right.
Total hook, like she dressed up like a hooker.
Yeah.
And he's like, where you been at, Bev? And he's like, how much money do you have? He's like $40. Takes it, swipes everything. He drives in his car and then drives back to like almost run this guy over. And he tries to do their little fucking handshake thing, but he's like, oh, whatever.
Shoot the little heart.
Yeah. Super wholesome. These two Matthew Lawrence is so good at playing a wholesome dude, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all this time, Anna Faris is spending so much time with Jessica. Oh, well, Spence is the name that they gave the body.
Right.
Right? And she's kind of slowly falling for him. It's because, like, it's like, it's your friend. She understands you.
Right.
She gets you.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, your best friend is now the opposite sex, and...
Yeah. And so like they're all trying to find out how to reverse this whole situation. So they go through their list of enemies and they make a joke. Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's easier to go through a list of like people that actually like you because you're such a bitch. So they go to the chunky girl that they pranked first time, and it's not her, but they do become she slowly joins this group.
Yeah, because she makes the Rob Schneider's like, no one will ever know how much of a pain it is to have to shave your chin. And the chunky girl's like, I do.
They go back to the goth chick and they're like, this is magic, what's happening? And it's totally up her alley, so she wants to see how this plays out.
Yep.
So they also become slowly friends, even though like before Jessica would like make fun of her, the goth chick is generally a good person. Right. So she's like, all right, let me help you figure this out. They think that someone cursed her who has a scorpion tattoo, and then they think the rival cheerleader from the other school has one. So they go to a dance club as a group of friends. It's one of those weird clubs where it's like 18-year-olds are able to come in, but 21-year-old people can drink. Mm-hmm. I would just feel like that's super hard to regulate,
Right.
Yeah, another list of one of the unrealistic things I feel like are in this movie.
Well, you get the wristband.
Yeah, I know. But then, like what they did, Rob Schneider bought all the drinks and then gave it to all the girls.
Right.
And then we have that classic, that mandatory dance battle.
Yes.
Where everyone starts following their lead, and then you see this 30-year-old assault this 17-year-old.
He's got to try to see if the girl has the scorpion tattoo, and he's like, you know what? I'll just go dance with her. And then all of a sudden, dance battle.
Yeah. Well, not really a dance battle. Everyone just following along, right? But then then you see this 30-year-old rip the clothes off of a 17-year-old. I was like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
We get this weird interaction in the bathroom where the Jessica at this point hasn't peed standing up.
Right. Yeah, it's the first time using a urinal.
And she's like picking up the ice in the urinal. And then she's making one dude super uncomfortable by like scooching over, seeing how he's doing it.
Yeah. Oh, you're so good at that.
Until the attendant's like, all right, just aim for that. All right, now shake twice. Any more than that, you're playing with yourself.
Right. That's the first time this movie was the first time I ever heard that phrase.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've I don't know if it's weird to say that I've heard that a couple times. Any more than that, then you're just playing with yourself. I felt like that was like an old saying.
It might be. I don't know.
The conversation never came up.
Yeah.
Right? Oh man. But at this point, Jessica's after it's not the head cheerleader of the other group, Jessica kind of resigns. She's kind of like almost accepted it that maybe she might not be able to get put back together until when they're doing their research, they find out it's the earrings.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't switch back within a week, she'll be stuck in that body.
Right, by the closing of the next full moon.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, because I was like, all this couldn't have happened within a week, right? So the big girl, she actually sees Jessica's body because she's known as the hot girl bandit.
She's she sees it on the news that there's somebody had caught it on videotape for this hot girl beating up his friend and stealing his wallet.
I like that thing because in the interview he's like, yeah, well, luckily this gentleman over here was filming, filming the whole interaction. Otherwise there'd be no evidence. I'm skipping over a lot, but it's because like we're going to be able to talk about it later on. But yeah, so we get to the prom. Everyone's kind of like meeting up at this prom. Anna Farris is at this point super interested in Jessica as Spencer.
Right. Yeah, and it was one of those things where it's like she wasn't going to go because the Lawrence boys not want to date a 30-year-old man. Anna Farris just broke up with her boyfriend, and so they're just like, hey, you know what? We should go together.
Yeah.
And
the principal finds out that the guy's a convict. Right. And so we get this super weird interaction where after they've finally made, like, Anna Faris was finally able to show her ex-boyfriend that I'm totally over you. After that, Rob Schneider goes to Matthew Lawrence. He's like, look at me, like a kid, like I know the spot where it tingles. And he's like,
she's just like, just close your eyes.
And he does.
And you'll know it's me. And he does.
And he's like, no, that's too weird, dude. You're 30 years old. Oh, that was so good, right? But what's it called? The big girl's able to find out that Jessica's body is working at this strip club. Right. And they all meet there. Jessica's able to get the earrings off Rob Schneider, and they're able to switch back. And in the middle of switching back, Rob Schneider is dancing for the Princess Bride looking guy. Yeah, and it's super. And then Jessica's able to go back into her or like morph back into her body. and she makes up with Matthew Lawrence, and he's like, I don't care that you took the $40 and you tried to run me over with my dad's car.
And I'll try to get over you being a pole dancer.
What a good guy. That's a lot for a 17-year-old to take in. He's like, I don't even know how you got qualified for this job. But he's willing to put, that guy needs a best friend that's going to be an asshole.
Yeah.
And be like, she's taking advantage of you. You are Johnny Depp and she is Amber Heard. But everybody's able to the movie cuts to way for it into the graduation. Ling Ling is the valedictorian. She's finally able to accept both sides of herself, which is another character we'll talk about more later in our our funny review part section. But the movie just ends. Rob Schneider is kidnapped by the bartender that he earlier on the movie was making all these insinuations that he might be gay.
Right.
And I was like, man, that's so... Yeah, I don't think you can do that now, but...
Right.
And the movie ends. Let's go to our other segment, High Star, Low Star, before we start talking about our funny stuff. Colby is going to do our high.
So our high is a 9 out of 10. Not a 10 out of 10? What?
Yeah.
Wildly funny comedy that is raunchy at times. This is The Hot Chick, in my opinion, is a wildly funny comedy that is raunchy at times. Despite the fact that it is very funny, there aren't many raunchy things that I can remember about it. Still, I enjoyed the film very much. When Clive, Rob Schneider, was eating nachos, I thought, oh, how gross. However, when Jessica... Rachel McAdams and Clive's body switch, I was reminded of 2003 movie starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. Before I wrap this up, I'd like to say Rob Schneider scores big laughs here. Also, watch for a special appearance by Adam Sandler.
You'll miss it.
Now, in conclusion, I highly recommend this wildly funny comedy that is raunchy at times to any Rob Schneider fan who hasn't seen it. You're in for lots of laughter, so go to the video store, rent it, buy it, kick back with a friend, and watch it.
Now we have 1 for 10. Lower than the low. There are many problems with this movie, but the biggest is it's not funny, not even a single bit. The lead guy, Rob Schneider, is as funny as cancer. Seriously, bad undergraduate stuff that looks more like church campfire sketch than a PG movie. Honestly, this makes Mr. Bean look sophisticated and mature. Hold on, why are you taking shots at Mr. Bean?
Right?
So many. He's enriched the lives of so many people. He's like a British British Mr. Rogers.
Truly.
The supporting cast are as interesting as a dial tone. Even the ones thrown in for eye candy factor weren't especially attractive. Wow. Another problem is that this movie is sanitized as the Brady Bunch. I don't know how. You almost expect Alice to pop up somewhere, some idiotic line, that catatonic look on her face. That's a really weird thing to put in there, yeah. But in spite of the goofy two-shoe treatment, the level of racism in this movie is through the roof. From the Asian woman who works painting nails from in the mall who speaks English, the old black guy working in the men's toilet, the young black guy who liked to fetch... and the big bum, and with the big bum, the list of ugly stereotypes goes on and on and on. In spite of using racial vilification and bullying to prop it up, this train wreck falls flat on its face. Watching this movie was a truly vile experience, which is quite an achievement for a comedy. This was reviewed in 2015. That's a SJW if I ever saw one.
Yeah.
I think when I watched this movie, I was very much in the mindset that like, oh, this is from 2002. So there's going to be some,
But from some of the other stuff we watched, this didn't have as much no longer politically correct jokes as other movies from late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, that's true. One of the only other things that kind of bothered me was so Ling Ling was one of the characters that's friends with Jessica. She was half black, half Korean.
Yes.
Right, but the first time that you see the mother from this, her mom, where she's like, "Oh, hey, you forgot your lunch. This is kimchi, bulgogi, and all that stuff." I was kind of like. It was, I don't know, it's weird, right? Because it wasn't weird, but it just, so I think Jodie Long, she's Chinese, I believe. Let's see, let me look her up real quick. Early life. Oh, she's from Queens, okay. I think she's mixed with Japanese and Chinese. Japanese, American Clarabelle. Yeah, so she's like Japanese, Chinese, and Scottish. Oh,
No Korean.
No Korean, right? No, which is fine. Whatever. It's the early 2000s. But like she was playing a Korean mom in this thing, but she was in a cheap hao, which is like the thing that she was wearing was Chinese,
right?
But she's like, oh, but I have kimchi bulgogi for you. Yeah, this movie,
and at the beginning they don't say that she is that the daughter or that Ling Ling is mixed.
Yeah,
she's just acting in that like African stereotype, but with a very Asian mother, and it's like you don't find out till the very end that her dad is also black and half Jewish.
Yeah. well, yeah. I mean, I think it was funny because I watched that and I was like, oh, you know, that's kind of strangely relatable for a lot of people that grow up mixed, right? Because especially in the early 2000s, it was really hard to have an identity as an Asian American. So I couldn't imagine, you know, I can imagine for people that are like half something. Mm-hmm. You know, because like you're not black enough, you're not Asian enough, you're not white enough, or something. So I'm looking way too deep into this comedy about Rob Schneider being a 16-year-old girl, but I was like, oh, that's a nice little takeaway from this. We also got to talk about all the small little all the little small subplots that are happening with so Rob Schneider, to be close to her family, is accidentally has to pose as a gardener
Taquito.
Again, like it's funny though because the dad in this movie is actually he's not a bad dude.
No.
Yeah. As far as like, especially, you know, trying to figure out where, like, you know, the age that he grew up in, pretty accepting as a person.
Right.
But he starts to confide into his gardener.
Yeah.
He's like, Taquito, I haven't slept with my wife in a long time.
And it's like they just like have a beer after like he's doing the lawn.
Yeah.
And it's like it sounds weird, but like it's semi-realistic. I can like see, you know, like my dad not having like a sex talk, but like just totally sitting down and having like a conversation with like people who are doing yard work or somebody like, you know, working on a car or something, like the mechanic, and just be like, you know,
it's almost like, see, it's funny, right? Because then again, I'm going to look way too deep into a movie about a body switch, right? But like for men, especially during like, you know, especially probably during the age that he grew up in, men didn't go to therapists.
Right.
Instead, blue collar workers became sort of therapists.
Right. Right.
Bartenders.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. You go to a bar or something, and you just kind of sit down with a stranger, and you know, and the bartender, and you kind of just
If you're religious, you're priest.
Right.
And that's like probably like, you know, you get a out with that because you're like, she's a man of God, you know.
Yep.
Like every father in Boston is never going to a therapist, but he'll talk to Father O'Malley.
Right. It's like the father is, you know, he's sworn to secrecy, so you don't have to worry about him spilling your tea.
Yeah.
The bartender is no matter what your story is, the bartender's heard something worse, so you don't have to worry about him talking about you.
Yeah, see, again, way too deep into another movie, right? Because he explains the whole situation with his, like, I don't know, maybe me and my wife are just staying for the kids, and then we'll be out after that. You know, and then like Jan, who plays Jessica's mom,
Right.
in this, she sees them hugging. And so later, you know, she catches Taquito in her daughter's room, and they share a drink, and she tries to jump his bones.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, miss, no." You know, you have to rediscover yourself. So he ends up like washing her back and like her clothes.
Right.
And I think there's like a disconnect with like, you know, the mother and Jessica, because she's like, "Oh, my daughter used to do this for me."
Right.
You know, it's important to have like girl time, I guess. You know?
Yeah. And then you get a teenage girl who starts to grow up, and they don't want anything really to do with mom anymore. And,
until they're like 28.
right. Yeah.
But like, you know, this reignites the passion between the husband and wife.
Right.
She's like, it's my fault. I've been too passive. And they share a passionate kiss. The little brother, Jessica's little brother, Booger,
Yep.
notices that Jessica is in this strange Filipino man's body. But he starts to tell by the way that like she points at him when he's playing basketball with her dad.
Little foot kick.
Yeah, with a little foot kick. But she's still cooking her dad. I was like, man, Dad's like, how'd you know I can't go right? He must be a left-hander, you know? And she catches him crying in the dress that she's supposed to be wearing. She's like, I knew it was you. Oh my God. And later when they go to the strip club,
Right.
he's wearing high heels, and the dad is like, you gotta learn how to run in them if you're gonna wear them. I was
Right. And like, what a supportive dad.
and no one, you know, like, because of the type of movie this is, no one's gonna give him credit for it. Wow, what a beautiful family.
Right. Right.
Especially for the era that man grew up in. Yeah, because I can't tell you, like, I know, like, people back, like, in California that, like, you know, they're I was like, one of them came out to me, as like, dude, I've known since, like, 6th grade you were gay. It's cool, like.
That's funny. Like, lots of times you see that like the gay person doing like the coming out, and everybody's like,
it's about
oh
time.
yeah, no, we all knew. We just never said anything.
Yeah, you know, well, because like it's important. It's like an important step for them for their journey of accepting who they are, right?
Right.
But yeah, I knew a couple people that had like dads are like, no, you are not going to slap I don't know, something out of their hand or whatever. So
Right.
Yes, beautiful moment in this family. We didn't get too much of the third friend. We got more of Ling Ling, Anna Faris.
Right.
But we didn't get too much of the redhead chick.
Yeah, she was just kind of
A side character.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if they let her speak because they didn't want to pay her that. But they got the chunky girl and the goth girl. Yeah, you know, and so all you can do is hopefully they end up still being friends after this.
Right. And it's interesting, there's a like weird takeaway. Like, it's like, you know, she's this perfect girl, but she's such a bitch to everybody. And then in having to ask people for help, she becomes friends with the chunky girl and the goth witchy girl. And, you know, it's like, oh, you know, you guys are awesome. I just never really gave you a chance.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then she realizes, you know, I've been a shitty daughter to my dad. And, you know, he got me a car and, like, all the stuff that, you know, he used to do for me. And, like, I just take him for granted.
And
you
my
know?
mom,
Right.
who I've probably yelled at more times in the last 4 years than I ever thought I could.
And then it's weird, just like, because like we were saying, like, yeah, I now look for the jokes and stuff that are no longer appropriate because times have changed.
Yeah.
And in that I saw, hey, you know what? This movie almost is like coming to a new generation, you've got a girl who's trapped in a guy's body, trying to deal with that. Is it a girl? Is it a guy? Is it a they, them?
Yeah.
It's like, could a new generation kind of appreciate this movie because of that kind of...
I think there's like this filter over like Happy Madison movies that you're like, oh, okay, like, you kind of you put yourself in this mindset that's, it's gonna probably be a little offensive, but it's like I don't know if I would say it's nothing harmful, but like you set yourself up in that mind frame, or
right,
mindset. So yeah, I could totally see that. I don't know if they'd be able to like recreate this movie with the same type of like raunchy jokes that they had, but it'd be funny to see it. It'd be funny to see them try to do this. Also, I don't know about like having a 30-year-old man running around in a 19 or 17-year-old's body, or like a 17-year-old with the mind of a 30-year-old.
Like that's part of the funny though, because it's like you got two different generations trying to cross each other.
This is pretty much just Freaky Friday with the National Lampoon twist.
Yes, yeah, very much. And in like kind of like looking into it and like rewatching stuff on YouTube with this and like seeing interviews and stuff, there is 2 alternate endings.
What? What are the alternate endings?
So, one of the alternate endings is the graduation.
Yeah.
And the Anna Farris, her boyfriend, comes over and is like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. You should give me another chance." and she's like, "No, I like that new boyfriend smell." And he's all like, "Oh," and then Lawrence comes over to Jessica, and then they start talking, and it's kind of like they kind of insinuate that
they're gonna do it.
Nice. And then the other alternate ending is oh no, wait, okay, so then so the other alternate ending is he's like, Lawrence is like, "Hey, you want to go out tonight since we just graduated?" And she's like, "Oh, I can't. I already have plans." And then you see her bowling with her family.
Okay.
And when her little brother picks up the bowling ball, he's like, "I'm so bad at bowling." And she says, "You can do it."
Oh, no.
Which is Rob Schneider's line and all the happy. And then they flash to Lawrence driving home from the school.
Yeah.
And he stops at the stoplight, and Rob Schneider comes out and starts washing his window. And he's like, "Oh my God." And then, "Oh my God, it's you." And Rob Schneider looks at him and goes, "Oh, Billy, can I have $40?
Oh, no. Wait, is that insinuating that they never switched bodies?
No, it's like it was because he recognized because he was in the girl's body.
Yeah.
And then he takes off and Rob Schneider goes flying back and he's like, It's okay. I deserve that. I deserved that."
Oh, that's so funny. I was like, in my mind too, I was like, man, they're going to have so much sex that summer. Matthew Lawrence has been caged his entire relationship.
Right.
They're going to do it so much. Oh man! Surprisingly, we're actually up to our hour, so I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I know it's like I know the tone is very much different from the last 2 episodes, but I didn't want it to just strictly be like a horror type of thing because the last one that we're doing, just to announce you guys a little bit earlier, is 2011's The Thing, which is a prequel to the John Carpenter classic The Thing, which is the far superior movie. I know the 2011 one got super panned, like by audiences, by like reviews, but we have to do it.
I don't think I've seen it.
See, and he's a what's it called? When did it come out? Like 1976.
The original I did see. I've seen that a bunch of times.
No, like when did that come out though?
That must have been late 70s, early 80s.
And I know like the original The Thing got panned originally. And then like when it came to VHS, more people watched it, and then it became like this cult classic.
Right.
Which is now just a classic because it holds up.
Yeah.
And and then we have a returning body snatching actor in there with Keith David. Mm-hmm. He's the last one in that one, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like the last two, right? So yeah, apparently the 2011 The Thing was panned more, I think more because of its use of CGI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we gotta watch it. It's the prequel. It's like one of like I can't say the OG body snatching movie because I think that's Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
But it's one of the more, it's new, so we have to talk about it. So yeah, this is the first time you guys joining us. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to check out the rest of our months. We have Nicolas Cage month, animatronics month, and all that stuff. But if you're not, or whatever. we do our reviews in 4 sections. We have Stream It, DVD, and Blu-ray, and the Who Watches This Ultimate Box Collection. So Colby, where are you at with this one?
I don't know what extra you would get from Blu-ray.
Apparently, the 2 extra endings.
Right. I mean, that might be worth it. I still see this like being like super bargain. You get like 3 Rob Schneider movies.
Amazing. This and both of the Deuce Bigalows.
Yeah, I would do that. I forgot how funny this movie was. Like I'm definitely like with the review I read, not the review you read, because I multiple times laughed out loud. I always enjoy Rob Schneider. Super always had a crush on Anna Farris. So.
See, I had a super crush on Rachel McAdams because she just has that girl next door type of feel, and like I forget like she's good at comedies.
Right.
I wish like I know she's like what, like 40. I think she's like 42 now, or something like that.
You still got a chance.
Hey, I'll take that shot. No, but like I'm saying is like I know she's like in her 40s now, and maybe she doesn't want to do comedies. Mm-hmm. But I would love to see her in a comedy, like again. You're like, oh man, just imagine if she made a movie with like Seth Rogen.
Right.
Even though I heard that dude's a douchebag, by a former patron of Colby's comic book shop. You remember that story? We're not gonna talk about that story. We don't know. That's just one experience, Maybe the guy just wanted to do what he was doing. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, what are you going with, Colby? Sorry.
Yeah. I'd like to do a box set with this. I would do that.
Like the Blu-ray Rob Schneider pack.
I would. Yeah. I'd do like a Blu-ray.
I would too.
For the alternate endings. I'm sure they probably got some interviews and stuff on there. Yeah, Happy Madison probably's got some little shorts. Like they always do kind of fun stuff.
Yeah. A lot of behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, I would definitely do like a Rob Schneider pack too. I gotta support Filipinos. Me being Filipino. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check down our links down below with our Amazon affiliate links. Also look out for our YouTube commentary channel where we talk about more modern things. Like one of the first uploads I believe we're going to have is the Stranger Things season 4 before the last 2 episodes of that come out in July.
Yep.
I don't know when this is going to be posted, so maybe you've already seen it.
And of course, follow our Patreon. And if you want to get a hold of us, social media is probably the easiest. We've got our Facebook and our Twitter. And leave us some comments. Let us know what you want to see. If you got some categories or if you got some comments, if you're like, I hate this movie, and tell us why. And interact.
Yeah. Thanks for guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watched This. If you guys want to check out there's a theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her album Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.